I feel as though I'm the face of boxing right now.
Already?
Already. Nah, I just think I'm the face of boxing. It's like, I mean, you gotta look at it. Like, I don't want to be too cocky, but it's a lot of fighters. It's a lot of fighters that if you watch, they do everything I do.
Gervonta Davis is officially back and already locked into training for his return. And even though his opponent hasn't been confirmed yet, Tank looks sharper than ever, with every session showing focus, discipline, and a clear intention to come back at his absolute best, working on timing, precision, and purposeful movement while building endurance, with power and intent behind every punch. Making it clear he's not just returning, but preparing to make a statement, while Greg Hackett welcomed his comeback, saying it brings excitement back to the division because whenever Tank steps into the ring, a knockout is always close, and he hopes Davis faces a worthy opponent after the long layoff.
About his return.
I mean, I'm just happy Tank coming back. Tank's exciting. All the guys are exciting, but Tank is always a big question mark when Tank get in the ring. Somebody about to get knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? I just hope he's a good guy. Somebody, we can respect. I mean, he's been off for a while. How long has it been? Year and a half? 2 years?
It's been a year.
Year?
Yeah, he's only fought once in I think like 2 years though.
He fought a lot, right?
Yeah.
So, and Lamont for Pitbull after that.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So,
Greg Hackett showed support for Gervonta Davis, saying he's glad to see him back, but emphasized that there's still work to be done before he's fully ready to compete at the highest level.
I can't say I'm happy to see Tank putting a foot forward, at least get back in the ring. You know what I mean? I feel like he got more work to do. It's a lot more work out there. I mean, what's Tank's record? 30-something?
Tank is
34?
30, yeah, early 30s.
Coach Kenny Ellis expressed excitement for Davis's return, saying Tank deserves respect for his career decisions and has already accomplished his goals, adding that there's no unfinished business left, but he'll fully support him if he chooses to continue fighting.
Oh, how happy would you be if he was to come back?
I support him. And if he don't come back, I support him. He have his reasons, either or,
Mm-hmm.
He's a grown man and respect whatever he do, And if it was a reason why he shouldn't come back, and I would tell him, hey, I don't think he should come back. But if you want to come back, I support him.
Do you feel like there's unfinished business?
No. He beat Pitbull.
No, just in boxing in general.
Well, he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish, It ain't unfinished business if he accomplished what he wanted to.
Kenny Ellis strongly defended Gervonta Davis, stating that Tank has never avoided tough fights, and explained that many opponents either move divisions or turn down major paydays while still talking publicly, making it clear that behind the scenes, Davis has always faced challenges head-on, and he supports him whether he stays retired or comes back.
But to the fans, it's unfinished business, but you can't blame Tank because everybody moving up and moved out the weight class, people that you wanted to see him fight, you know what I'm saying? When they was there, they should have made it happen. Tank never ever ducked no smoke. You hear a lot of shit in the media, the park, he never ducked no smoke. Never. The shit that goes on behind the scenes, the ones that really duck, people got receipts on them ducking, it don't come out though, People have been offered more than enough money that they ever made and still turn the fight down, but they get on this internet and talk like they want to fight them. But that's another whole story behind the scene, Tank never ducked no smoke. So if he stay retired, I support him. If he come back, I support him.
Calvin Ford confirmed that Gervonta Davis is preparing for a major comeback, with plans already in motion and a specific opponent in mind being kept private, adding that Tank looks refreshed, focused, and ready to deliver a calculated and exciting return for the fans.
here. And I guarantee you something gonna happen. Everybody miss Tank fight. You know, when he come back, it gotta be the right fight because we wanna entertain. Things happen for a reason to make a person much stronger. One of the guys that y'all truly love is not in the mix right now, but he will be back in the mix. Y'all gotta remember Tank been doing this since he was 7 years old. Sometimes you need that reset. Him being away, you know, going through things that he's been going through, this crazy ass stuff. You know, he looks happy. He looks happy. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Who, in your eyes, would be the opponent you would want to see in the ring with?
I can't tell nobody that yet. You know what I'm saying? I already know who I would like for him to see just for a comeback. The person that I want to see him in the ring, that's the one we're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't say that. I think it's an easy fight. You know, everybody in tune with it. You know, it's being promoted. Right under y'all nose it's being promoted. Y'all don't need.
At the same time, Shakur Stevenson is back in the gym alongside Terrence Crawford, sharpening his skills and strategy as he prepares for a possible clash with Davis, staying focused and ready for any challenge.
Go ahead, come on. Terrence talking, I try not to talk back, I try to just listen and
straight, boom, straight shot, like right here. Boom, there you go. But you gotta make sure you step. Bam, that's when the motherfucker.
Shakur Stevenson remains fully committed in camp, absorbing knowledge and fine-tuning his skills under the guidance of one of boxing's all-time greats.
even if I don't feel the same way that he feeling at the moment, it don't matter. I still want to hear him out and try to understand what he's saying.
If he's here, what do you think he can throw? Because you out the way of the right hand.
Greg Hackett urged Gervonta Davis to step up and face Shakur Stevenson, calling it a must-watch fight due to their contrasting styles, while admitting it's surprising the fight hasn't happened yet, though there may be valid reasons behind it.
I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean? That's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game, but you owe Shakur for the game just because of the two style matchups. You know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally. You know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that.
Sean Porter believed the fight between Davis and Stevenson wouldn't be easy for Tank, explaining that Stevenson's defense and ring IQ would turn it into a tactical battle where power alone won't decide the outcome, and both fighters would need skill, strategy, and timing to win.
Everybody thinks that Tank is going to go in there and just knock out Shakur. It's going to be... That's not going to happen. But it shouldn't have taken this fight for people to realize that. Right.
I knew that too, but yeah.
Shakur is a defensive specialist.
And I've been saying this for a long time. If you pay attention to how Tank would react whenever Shakur's name came up, I was like, yo, something that Tank knows that most people don't know or understand. Is something that he sees in Shakur. It could be the fact that Shakur was a 2016 silver medalist. You know,
he's got a lot to do with it.
He's that, you know, the silver child of the country, and you know, there's no telling. But this is what I've always known. It ain't just a big straight left or a big left right hook coming from Tank.
Sean Porter added that facing Shakur Stevenson would push Gervonta Davis to reveal a new dimension of his game, forcing him to adapt in real time against a highly intelligent and unpredictable opponent.
The motherfucker you can't knock out. Only thing you gonna do is just get more frustrated.
That's a terrible analogy.
I'm just saying.
Only reason why I'm saying this is a terrible analogy is because Tank Davis. Remember, you've heard Coach Cal say this all the time. He says the same thing, and I know exactly what he means. We just waiting on somebody to pull it out of. You ever hear him say that?
Yeah.
We got so much. It's just we ain't been able to show it because ain't nobody been able to pull it out of him. We looking forward to the big fights. We looking forward to the big matchups because those are the kind of people that's gonna pull it out of him. So with a fight with Shakur, you're gonna see this boxing style that you don't usually get from Tank. You're gonna see IQ. We saw IQ, but to me,
Chad Johnson highlighted that true boxing fans appreciate fighters like Shakur Stevenson for their technical brilliance, noting that while casual fans look for knockouts, purists admire the way he breaks opponents down with precision and control.
That's what our argument was about. It's the casual fan that always is looking for the Tank Davis knockout, the Mike Tyson knockout. But us purists that enjoy and watching round by round, how Shakur is always 2 steps ahead of whoever he's fighting, which is why it looks the way it looks, and it looks so easy. I mean, it's you actually have to understand the sweet science in itself and understand what you're watching to appreciate what he's been able to do.
Roy Jones Jr. said Shakur Stevenson's calm and composure could give him an edge over Davis in high-pressure moments, but also emphasized that a fully focused Tank remains one of the most dangerous and explosive fighters in boxing.
Now, in your opinion?
Right now, Shakur wins it because of his discipline. He showed against Chip Hemmer that he stayed very disciplined all night, and he's the type of guy, he don't really do a lot of crazy stuff in his life normally, so it's like discipline is a thing that is not only exercised inside the ring, it's exercised also outside the ring. And as we see, sometimes Gervonta has problems with discipline, but we have never seen Shakur have problems with discipline. We've seen him be more disciplined at the right times than we've seen him not have discipline. So with the fight being like it is right now, I would lean towards Shakur because of his discipline, but don't get twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intentions. When Tank is disciplined and got his mind on right, Tank's a problem for anybody. Tank can fight better than most people think he can. It's just that sometimes his outside antics get the better of him, and it make people think less of him, but don't underestimate Tank Davis. If Tank is motivated and ready to fight, Tank is a problem.
Ryan Garcia is pushing for a rematch with Gervonta Davis, but insists Tank needs to return to the ring first, making it clear that as a champion, he won't wait and is ready to move on if necessary.
I'm gonna see you in a Tank fight again.
I would love to. I think he needs to clean some of his act up and get back in the sport. We all want to see him back, including myself, so I can run it back with him. But I don't think we're gonna fight for a long time. He won't go up to 147 either. A lot of these guys, they want me to take the risk and go lower all the time, but they won't do it. Sounds a little pussy to me, especially in the fact that I can't always be willing to take the extra step to make the fight happen. I've done that year in, year out, and now that I'm a world champion, you're gonna have to come to me now, and if you don't want to, I don't really need you anyway, so what does it matter? The thing about Tank, before, he thought that people really need him, and now that, we got Turkey Al-Sheikh, you got all these other big players, Netflix, and people that are coming in the sport, there's really no such thing as A-side anyways. So now you have no excuse but to fight people.
Ryan Garcia is now leaning toward a fight with Shakur Stevenson, viewing it as a strategic matchup, while confidently claiming that his speed and timing can break any game plan, even against elite defense.
Stronger and faster than Shakur. So Shakur is better defensively, but he's never faced a guy as fast and with timing like myself.
Would you say that's probably the hardest fight for you right now?
No, it wouldn't be a hard fight. It would just be a thinking fight. And the thing is, you could think all you want. When punches are coming at you too quick, your brain can't react. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Your brain too.
Shakur Stevenson responded by showing he's ready to fight Ryan Garcia, willing to meet at 140 without restrictions, or even move up to 147, proving he's focused on making the fight happen without excuses.
You will have a rehydration clause at 140?
No, I don't want a rehydration clause.
Oh, you don't. So if he comes down to 140, you don't want the rehydration clause. Only if he comes down to 40. Only if he comes down to 47, you have to go up to 47. Do you want the clause, or you don't want the clause at all?
I only want the clause if I go up to 147, but I don't plan on going up. So at the end of the day, I don't need the clause. We can fight at 140.
However, Ryan Garcia believes Shakur Stevenson is hesitating and holding back, suggesting that weight conditions like a rehydration clause could be the reason.
To fight you at 147?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Explain to me the rehydration clause thing, why you don't
So he wants, if he goes up to 147, he wants me to be on a rehydration clause where I can go up to 157.
You can't enter the ring that heavy?
Yes.
Got it. Roger that. People say he's pretty slick. How would you go about beating him?
I beat in a sixth fight already, Devin Haney, which is longer, stronger, and faster than Shakur. So Shakur is better defensively, but he's never faced a guy as fast and with timing.
Trainer Robert Garcia broke down the potential fight, saying Ryan's advantages are speed and power, and he should push for a knockout, while Stevenson's best strategy would be patience, distance control and smart counters, ultimately favoring Ryan as the likely winner.
Bro, and look, man, I could take that back. Maybe they're probably the same when it comes to fast, but I know Ryan has a lot more power. Ryan hits a lot harder than Shakur, so right there, any punch.
Devin Haney all over again?
Could be. Never know. I don't know, but you can count Shakur because Shakur's talented. But it's still an interesting fight. I would like to see it.
If Ryan were to fight him and it became concrete, what would he need to do to win that fight?
Just press and try to win by knockout. Because I don't think he'll win a decision, but try to win by knockout. And he has the power to knock him out.
What do you think Shakur needs to do if he had a chance?
Just fight the way he fights, smart. Keep him on the outside. Just use the long jab and counter punch and speed. Don't try to get in there and exchange, because if he tries to exchange, he'll get hurt and get knocked out.
If you could pick who wins that fight, who wins that fight? If you had to choose.
Shit, I can't go against Ryan anymore, so I'll pick.
Meanwhile, the search for Gervonta Davis's next opponent continues to heat up, with strong speculation around a rematch with Isaac Pitbull Cruz, creating major excitement among fans and analysts.
Big fight, Tank and Pitbull?
Yeah. Because a lot of people wanted to see that rematch,
And I see everyone calling Pitbull Cruz out as well.
Yeah, if Tank decide to come back, we just got to wait and see what the clock brings us. And let the clock tick, see what we get,
Kenny Ellis recalled Davis's dominant performance in the first fight against Pitbull Cruz, noting that Tank controlled the fight almost effortlessly even while injured and limited to one hand, though uncertainty remains about whether a rematch will happen.
Oh, man, if Tank comes back, I don't know if Tank going to fight him or not, but if so, it is what it is. Either one, it don't matter. But I haven't heard about any Tank fighting anybody. I'm plugged for a minute, Yeah, Tank beat Pitbull with one hand, man. Literally, one hand. We was gonna pull out of that fight 2 weeks before he fought Pitbull. People don't know that though. But Tank insists he wanted to go on with the fight, so he beat him with one hand.
Roy Jones Jr. described a potential Davis versus Pitbull Cruz rematch as a thrilling matchup, highlighting both fighters' high boxing IQ and technical ability, which would make a challenging and strategic contest.
Against Pitbull Cruz, is that a good fight for a comeback fight?
Heck yeah, it's a good fight. Final report, they both fight kind of the same styles. Just Tank a better IQ boxer. Great fight for him. Good fight.
Showbiz shared his excitement for Davis's comeback, saying a rematch with Pitbull Cruz would be a natural and entertaining fight, while also looking forward to the energy and hype surrounding the event.
I'm happy to see Gervonta back, to be honest, right? If these rumors are true. And if he's fighting Pitbull, it makes sense to me. And it's going to be cool to see Lamont Roach on the same card and to see them in the press conferences again. They're going to be.
Showbiz dismissed doubts about the rematch, stating that Gervonta Davis already proved he was the better fighter in their first encounter, and insisted that a second fight would still be exciting and worth watching no matter what critics said. Rocket.